It began with the sound of something breaking, quiet at first, like the start of a summer storm. Then came the screaming. In Alton, Illinois, just after midnight on June 9, 2022, a man walked down a quiet street holding a white laundry basket. He moved with purpose, calm, controlled. He passed behind a closed smoke shop, vanishing from view. The street went silent again. The next morning, at a red construction dumpster outside that same smoke shop, a worker lifting drywall noticed something strange. Clothes, shoes, laundry baskets tossed in like trash. One pair of red slippers caught his eye, speckled with blood. The worker stepped back. Something about it was wrong. Everything about it was wrong. Just hours earlier, Heidi Knoll had started to worry her daughter, 22-year-old Liese Dodd, hadn't responded to texts. That wasn't like her, especially not now. Liese was 8 months pregnant. They were planning the baby shower. Heidi had even sent out invitations that past Saturday. By 1 p.m., she let herself into her daughter's apartment. The door was unlocked. The air inside was still. There was no sound until Heidi screamed. She stumbled back outside, her hands shaking, her mouth unable to form what she'd seen. Then the words finally came. "My daughter's been killed. Her head is gone." Liese's body had been found in her bedroom, wrapped in a towel as if someone had tried to hide the unhideable. Her unborn baby, Baby Bean as they'd called her, had died too. There was no murder weapon, no sign of her head, but police would soon learn where it was. The white laundry basket tossed in that dumpster didn't just hold discarded clothing, it held Liese's severed head. Liese Dodd had grown up in Madison County, Illinois, a small-town girl with a big heart. At 10, she raised money for a local no-kill animal shelter instead of asking for birthday gifts. She graduated high school in 2017 and started working at Dairy Queen. Customers remembered her smile, her kindness, her steady dream to one day work in the medical field like her mother, but behind the smiles and soft voice, Liese was enduring something no one should. Her boyfriend, Deundrea Holloway Jr., was a storm in a body. Friends said he was intense, unstable, and cruel. Their relationship, on again, off again, was peppered with bruises and black eyes. Liese would lie and say her dog jumped on her. Later, the truth would come out. She was being beaten regularly. In 2021, she was hospitalized with a broken nose and 2 black eyes. Her boss noticed she'd started showing up late, said her arms were often covered in bruises, like someone had grabbed her hard. One day, co-workers saw Holloway punch Liese in the face in the car park. Liese refused to press charges. Instead, she asked for her next shift off. By May 2022, she was preparing to give birth to a baby girl. Despite everything, she stayed, despite the threats, despite the fear. Maybe she thought she could still fix him. Maybe she hoped the baby would change everything. On June 7th, Holloway disappeared. Liese texted her mom late that night. "You think he just left like this?" She was spiraling. "I think I got left," she wrote. "I broke a razor and cut my leg. I told him I was going to kill myself." Heidi tried to soothe her. "If this is how it's meant to happen, at least it was non-violent," she said. "Maybe this is a blessing. Maybe you've been set free." Liese wasn't ready to see it that way. By the next evening, June 8th, Holloway was back. His uncle had dropped him off. At 9:11 p.m., CCTV showed the couple arriving at the apartment. Heidi received one last message from her daughter. "I'm trying to figure it out." And then, silence. Neighbors downstairs heard muffled yelling, thuds, screams growing louder. The building shook. One said it sounded like chopping wood, 5 or 6 heavy strikes in steady rhythm, then nothing. Not a single sound after. At 11:57 p.m., Holloway stepped out of the apartment alone, carrying that white laundry basket. He walked to Liese's car, then paused. He didn't have the keys. He turned, went back inside, and re-emerged minutes later. The laundry basket was still in his arms. This time, he walked behind the smoke shop. At 12:01 a.m., security footage caught him lifting the basket into the dumpster. Inside it, as police would later find, was Liese's head. The next morning, Holloway arrived at his mother's house at 2:30 a.m. He was jittery, pacing, paranoid. He went into the bathroom and started cutting off his dreadlocks, hair he hadn't touched in 2 years. When asked why, he said, "Fresh start." He asked for clothes, showered, took off his hoodie and pants, then placed the blood-stained garments in a bag and quietly tossed them by the curb. By mid-morning, he handed Liese's ID and debit card to his grandmother, claimed he found them on the ground. She didn't ask questions. He gave her a set of keys, then left. "Going to cut some grass," he said. He walked off alone. Hours later, police got the 911 call from Heidi Knoll. "My daughter's boyfriend killed her. He chopped her head off." The investigation began: footage, forensics, witness statements. By the evening of June 9th, police were at Holloway's mother's home with a search warrant. They found the cut dreadlocks wrapped in toilet paper in the trash. Found the clothing he wore that night, but Holloway was gone. Turns out he had already been arrested that afternoon for possession of marijuana in a different town. When they brought him in, he acted manic, refused to give his name, laughed, screamed, banged his head against a wall. When asked simple questions, he mocked officers. When restrained, he smirked. "You scared of me for what?" Deundrea Holloway was charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder, 2 counts of intentional homicide of an unborn child, concealment of a homicidal death, and multiple vehicle offenses. At first, he was ruled unfit to stand trial and sent for mental treatment. But in January 2024, Holloway pleaded guilty. On January 17, 2025, he was sentenced to 60 years in prison. He must serve at least 52 before he's eligible for release. Liese never got to hold her baby girl. Her last act in life, as police noted, was to rest her hand on a pregnancy book. Her final thought may have been about her daughter. Baby Bean. Heidi Knoll spoke to the public after the sentencing. "This didn't have to end this way. If someone threatens to end your life, believe them. If they disrespect your boundaries, control your every move, isolate you, mock you, strike you, leave even if it's hard, even if you love them, leave. You are worthy of a life free from abuse." Liese's family donated every cent raised from her GoFundMe to local domestic violence shelters, not in her name, but in her fight. In the end, her story became a warning, one she should never have had to write with her blood. If you're in a violent relationship, leave. If someone you know is, speak up. Don't wait for silence. Don't wait for screams. Don't wait until the laundry basket. There's always a way out. Always. If this kept you watching, you already know what to do. Subscribe, like, and turn on your notifications, because another case drops soon.